Hey, hey, hey.
Hey guys, it's Mia Redrick here, the Mom Strategist. Now, I am so excited. I'm trying to fix my hair. I am so excited about the scope today. I am doing an afternoon scope. You guys don't usually get to check me out in the afternoon. Hey, Marcy, you're going to love this scope today. I'm doing an afternoon scope because I got to get my kids in about an hour and a half. Hey, darling. And I have coaching calls tonight, so I wanted to do an afternoon scope because you guys have got to hear this. Do me a favor and share with your friends. If you're watching from your computer, you can still share. Yeah, you really can. Share on Facebook, Twitter, on Periscope, and let other people know. Hey, Cheryl, good to see you. Let other people know about this scope. I'm going to bring my A game today. I'm going to bring my A game. I'm going to bring my A game. So you don't want to miss it, and you don't want your friends to miss it. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Mia Redrick. I am the Mom Strategist, and I support mostly moms with life and business success. You can always check me out at miaredrick.com, and at a minimum, sign up for my newsletter list. You should be on that list. We give you some really cool downloads, so you don't want to miss that, all right? Today, I'm going to be talking about over the last 5 weeks. Over the last 5 weeks, working with my clients, it's always awesome. But over the last 5 weeks, just kind of sitting back and looking at what the results have been in terms of working with my clients. And it just so happened that today I got an email from a client who actually, she's the only client that's ever seen me naked. Okay, like really. So this is what happened. She's a masseuse, okay? She is a masseuse part-time, and she's a writer full-time. And she was my masseuse, okay? And so we started talking. I'm not even really sure what happened. But we started talking, and somehow she told me that she was writing for shows that were already on television. And I remember giving her some advice and saying to her, that I could support her in some way. And she ended up signing up to coach with me. I can't tell you her name. She ended up signing up to coach with me. And we did 2 one-to-one coaching sessions. And from that session, I told her that she was on the wrong side of the deal. And we talked about how she could monetize what she's already been doing, which is writing for shows that are already on television. She's been writing for the last 2.5 years on shows that we already know, that you guys are already watching. How she could, instead of being on that side of the transaction, be on the other side of the transaction and be selling the shows. And hey there, darling. Hey, Samira. And it changed the face of her business. She had never thought about actually writing treatments and selling her own show, but instead she was a writer for the show. And I know so many of you can relate to that, because if you don't have the right information, what actually happens is that you end up on the wrong side of the deal. And all the money for her was on the other side of the deal. So now let's fast forward. We worked together maybe 2.5 months tops. She was completely teachable, absolutely coachable. And so she started to look for the development people that she needed to get in touch with. She started to pitch her show, craft her proposal, and she sold not one show, not one television show. She sold 3 television shows, guys. I hope somebody is listening, all right? She sold 3. So why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this because what if she did not make the decision to invest in coaching with me, okay? And she was still continuing to just write on the other side of that transaction. She had a working model. She had a 9-to-5 model. She had built a job for herself, although she had the talent to be able to sell her own television shows to a major network and production studio. Somebody say, I hear you, Mia, all right? And that's the benefit of coaching. That's what I'm going to talk to you guys about today. Just over the last 5 weeks, working with amazing people, what comes across my desk every single day is nothing short of brilliant. So before I get started, let me formally introduce myself. I'm Mia Redrick. I am the Mom Strategist. I support mostly moms with life and business success. You can always check me out at miaredrick.com, or my past scopes. A lot of them are at YouTube. What I like to scope about is how you can build a business based on your ideas, your professional background, and your expertise, and you can automate that business, package that business, build coaching programs, training programs, consulting packages, or based on what you know how to do, and automate those things. Because what's unique about my story is that I built my business from the comfort of my home as a coach. Hey, Dr. G. And I didn't go on the road to build my coaching practice, which is what a lot of coaches do. And I couldn't, because my husband was on dialysis for 5 years for kidney failure. So I had to figure out systems on how I could passively monetize in my business from the comfort of my home. And that's what's really unique about, what I teach about. So if you're into that, you're going to love everything that I scope about. Now, I will tell you that in terms of building a business, to me, I believe that your life informs your business. Your business doesn't inform your life. And I think too often when people are building their models for their businesses, they never factor the fact that they want to pick their kids up from school, or drop them off in the morning, or maybe you want to date your spouse in the middle of the day or meet a friend for lunch. They never factor freedom as part of their model. And I will tell you that freedom is a huge part of my model. My days are free. I don't work between 9 and 5 or anything like that. Most of my coaching happens in the evening between 9 p.m. and midnight. My clients will tell you that's exactly what it is. I work about 30 hours a month, and I tell you this, if in fact you've thought that in order for you to build an amazing business, you need to, run yourself in the ground, run from one place to the next place. You don't have to do that. That is not what I do. Actually, I went today to the gym and worked out this morning. And then my husband was here. We talked for a long time today. And then my girlfriend called me. And then I had some calls for the retreat that I had to follow up with. So not really a hard day. I picked my children up at about 5 o'clock today. My son's in math tutoring and my daughter's doing field hockey. And my oldest is interviewing for college today. So wish him luck, okay? All right, say a prayer for him, all right? Reed College in Oregon. That's his top choice, one of his top choices. All right, so I'm going to get started and just share with you what my last 5 weeks have been like, right? What my last 5 weeks have been like, because literally I get to work with brilliant and amazing women like Samira Jones. She's absolutely fantastic. And I get to work with brilliant and amazing women every single day. And what comes across my desk, honestly, on my computer, I should say, is nothing short of brilliant. And if you think about building a business based on what you love to do, you can literally have work that you enjoy all the time. I honestly, sometimes it's befuddling to me because I enjoy every aspect of what I get to do and who I get to communicate with. I work with women who are smart, who are sharp, who believe in self-investment, who do the dang thing. So this is what's come across my desk in the last 3 weeks. And if you guys are in last 5 weeks, if you're my clients, feel free to chime in if you choose. All right. So I told you about the client who just sold not 1, but 3 television shows. I have another client who also pitched and sold her own show. It's under 6-figure transaction, but she just sold her own show. She did a development deal. It is signed and it is delivered. So that's pretty cool. I have 3 clients. 2 of them have hosted their events, right? I have 3 clients that were hosting events within 30 days, right? 3 clients hosting events within 30 days. So one just hosted her event 2 weeks ago, did close to $10,000, her very first event. She popped that event up about maybe, I think it was a month or 5 weeks ago that Elka decided that she wanted to do this event, made close to 10 grand. So that's not bad. First event, covered all of her expenses. Pretty cool. All right. And then I have another client, Samira Jones, you guys know, the Girlfriends Retreat, who just did an amazing event this past weekend. How cool is that? She made the decision. She's going to host an event. She built her coaching program. She has written a book, which has done amazingly well based on her story. She's right here right now, and she just hosted her very first event. And then I have another client. I don't know if her event is this week or next week. I think it's this week though. And she's hosting, this client is Yolanda Johnson, and she's hosting an upcoming event also. All right. Now, this was her dream to host an event, her very first event. She had built a coaching program, the same thing. How cool is that? So imagine just sitting in your office, and every day what you hear from other individuals is what they are doing to knock the world out, knock the ball out of the stadium. That's who I get to play with. Okay. And then as if that wasn't enough, I have 3 clients who hit over $20,000 with their beta launches in the last 5 weeks. Okay. One is obviously Marcy, who is going to be speaking at the Time for Mommy Retreat. What's cool about Marcy is that she's pretty cool and beautiful and smart. But I will tell you that what I love about her model is that it's a passive model. She created a way for her to monetize in her business so that it's not based on making money. It's not based on her ability to perform. And if you don't know anything about that, you're like, what? Yeah, you can make money and it not be based on, and then not be based on you, with a shovel and digging. Okay. And that's pretty cool. Yeah. So, Marcy is one of my clients. Carol Hunter, the money mender. Carol Hunter, the money mender, also is another client who did exactly the same, thing in her beta launch. And for those of you who are watching and saying, like, what is a beta launch? A beta launch is when you make the decision to host a product that's not even like prime time ready yet. Like, the product is in a testing phase, and it means that people are using the product, and it's a great product, but it's in this first phase. So if you can make $20,000 when you're just getting started, you can imagine what will happen 6 months, 1 year, 2 years from now. Okay. So hear me on this. I have 8 clients who are writing books right now that are almost done, which is amazing. Okay. Just in my coaching program, women who wanted to write a book forever, who not only wanted to do it, but did it and learned the tools and the strategies and then implemented what they needed to do via outsourcing or whatever mechanism they chose to write their books, to tell their stories, right? To build their brands. And I wanted to share this because it's pretty freaking incredible. One of my clients who I have the great privilege to work with, who you guys will hear about also during the Time for Mommy retreat, her name is Dr. Colleen Hawthorne. She is like phenomenal. Okay. She's a psychiatrist. And just very well-known psychiatrist, and she works primarily with high-achieving professionals, NFL folks, NBA folks, the NBA folks, executives at a high level. And what she does is she supports them with vibrant living. How do you live vibrantly as a top achiever, right? Because you have to, your system for taking care of yourself is very different than it is for most people, because you're already living right here, and you have to make sure that when you're coming down, that you care for yourself in a different way. Absolutely brilliant. We just finished, actually last week, we just finished the chapters for her book. How cool is that? I get to work with brilliant and amazing women. I have clients over the last 5 weeks who have done international speaking or doing international speaking opportunities. Tawana Brown-Smith, I think she's going to London, I think it is in 2 weeks, to speak. Dr. Yolanda Lindsay just got back from Trinidad and Tobago speaking internationally. I know right now one of my clients who's in Trinidad has been honored as a business fellow, and she just wrote me this morning and said, inside my coaching community, and said, you know what, based on what you're teaching me in the Core Moms coaching program, I'm the only one here it's a Latin America and Caribbean conference for people who have achieved multiple millions of dollars in their business, and their fellows that are being sponsored and supported at this event. And she said, I'm the only one here, one, that is an author, and I'm the only one, number 2, that understands marketing, online marketing at a high level. How cool is that? That's what I hear every single day. Why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this because why is this happening? Why is, yeah, me too. And you're speaking in Dubai. How could I forget that? That's right. And Marcy's speaking in Dubai. When are you going to Dubai? It's soon though, right? It's like, right. It's in November, I think, right? But sometimes it's hard to keep up, guys, because there's so much grooviness that's happening. Yeah, in November, right? It's so much grooviness that's happening. And imagine being in association with women who are flat getting it done. So I want you to think for a second. About your network. I want you to think about the women you get to talk to every day. I want you to think about the women that you get to hang out with or network with or be accountable with. Are they getting it done? Are they writing their books? You know what I mean? Are they making money? And if so, are they closing deals? You know what I'm saying? Are they getting good advice? Have they improved their visibility? If not, you need to get around people who are doing exactly that. All right. You need to get around people who are doing exactly that. And I just want to tell you that for me, I always feel so blessed because every day, literally, that's what it is. I open my email, I read something that says something awesome about what somebody's achieved, and I think, I just want this for everyone. but I can't want it for everyone. You have to want that for you. And I wanted it for me years ago. I made the decision that I would work with a coach, that I would hire a coach, because I knew that I wanted to get those things that I wanted to accomplish that were in my mind. I wanted to check those things off my list. And it doesn't happen just by thinking about it. On yesterday, many of you remember, if you were here yesterday, if you watched the replay, I invited you to attend the Time for Mommy retreat coming up November 11th through 13th in Baltimore. It's in Baltimore, Maryland, guys. It's going to be phenomenal. This is my 4th year hosting the retreat. The coolest thing is, in addition to having the most brilliant women that participate in my events, brilliant, amazing women, and an incredible lineup, right? Including a woman who literally couldn't pay for her groceries, who borrowed $10,000 and turned that investment into a $50 million business revenue 18 months later, and then later sold that company for $150 million. And she's going to be mentoring you during the weekend. In addition to me having one of my friends come in and talk to you guys. She's a former producer for Dateline and Good Morning America about how to brand yourself in the media. You want to get media? Talk to her. I mean, all of her clients are all over the place and all the major publications. So you need to go to the source to get the information that you need. But you can't do it if you're not an investor, if you don't have an investment mentality, if every time someone says, hey, buy this ticket, you say, I will wait until. You have to be hungry for whatever it is that you want. And if you're not there, that's why you're not there, okay? Hopefully that makes sense to you. But I want to invite you to come to the Time for Mommy retreat. You have a couple of options. One is you can do a VIP option where we feed you not only in terms of the advice that we give you over the course of the weekend, but we also give you some private time with the experts, including me, to support you with growing your business, to challenging you with up-leveling your next level and understanding exactly the tools that you need to take in order to get the results that you want. Where is you said you're going to invest it. 2 years found you. Oh, that's so funny. Okay. Isn't that funny? Okay. So what I want you to do is to check out timeformom-me-retreat.com, timeformom-me-retreat.com, and you'll see all the levels there. But one of the levels is a VIP option, in which case it includes your meals, private time with the keynote speakers, private time for our coaching sessions, and it's just $550 for the weekend. The meals include reception at Ruth Chris. It includes, this is funny. It includes a meal at Ruth Chris. It includes, Sullivan Steakhouse is for lunch one day. Capitol Grill is on tap for lunch one day. And McCormick and Schmick also is on tap for brunch on Sunday. All right. So I just want you to know that we do have some tickets left for that option. We have only 14 left for the VIP option. We also have a standard ticket, which doesn't include meals, and that's $400. So that's it. And you get all the workshops. You get all the exercise movement sessions over the course of the weekend. We do move, belly dancing, Zumba, yoga, and we also have one of my clients coming in to teach you her jump rope program. She lost 40 pounds jumping rope, guys. Her body's like a Marine. You've probably seen her here. Carla Palmer is going to be in the house, so you need to join us. And let's just say you can't make it and you still want to come. We now have a virtual ticket. We have a virtual option for you to come. Okay. I know. Thank you so much. We have a virtual option. You know what? I thought it was funny, right? I thought it was really funny when you wrote that. Okay. So, we have a virtual option, and the virtual option, let me fix my hair, is $297 for the virtual VIP option. Now, what that means is that you can watch from home. We're going to pull you into the event. We're going to answer your questions. You're going to get to talk to the guest experts also, okay? And you're going to be at the event, but you can do it from the comfort of your home. It's only $297. Or if you can only make it for the day, it's $125 for a day pass. That's it. So there's no excuse. If you want to come to the event, you need to be there, right? And if you want to get the results, you got to get around the heat. You got to get around the information. You got to find out what you do not know. And that's going to make all the difference. What your next 5 weeks are going to look like beyond the event, what your next 5 weeks are going to look like, it's up to you. It depends on who you decide you want to hang out with, the people you want to associate with, the kind of information you want to get. I'm here, we're here, and we're waiting for you to sign up. Time for mom-me-retreat.com. Time for mom-me-retreat.com is the website. I want to open the floor and see if you guys have any questions for me. I'm playing with my hair because I've got workout hair. Any questions for me? Got a little distracted, right? When I was reading, you owe me $100 million. I was like, what? Okay. All right. Any questions for me? Any questions for me? Okay. Any questions? Okay, so November 11th through 13th, I just want to encourage you to come. I want to encourage you to invite your friends. I don't want anyone to tell me, I wrote about this today in my newsletter, don't write me at the end of the event and tell me, oh my goodness, I can't believe I missed it. I've got to make it next year. I don't want to hear it. It's the most overused excuse I've ever heard, okay? Make sure if you want to be in the house, do what you need to do, get your tickets. Buy your tickets, buy one for a friend, and you can always attend virtually or in person. In person is always best because I attract amazing people. You're going to meet your next accountability partners, your new best friends, just people you can exchange with and collaborate with. There's nothing like it. I attract amazing people, all right? So I wanted to pop on today for an afternoon scope just to say hi to you, invite you to come to the retreat, and just tell you what's going on in my world literally today. I mean, I couldn't believe when I got the message about the television shows today, and I was like, you know what? This is what happens for me every single day. This is what happens. Somebody writes me about something they've accomplished, and it's just a pleasure, all right? I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a nice and amazing day. Bye.